What's up, folks? It's your boy Z the Real here, and I'm back with another video. And right now, I'm just going to basically re-elaborate. This is basically part two, just to give you an update on this whole, petition. Okay, with that no call. So I'm here to tell you that yes, the NFL did owe up to their mistakes. They apologized to the Saints, saying that was supposedly a pass interference. Okay. Now, NOS, I hear you on my video. You responded saying that my video is not valid, but I clearly showed you that the receiver was well covered. Okay, Drew Brees threw into coverage. He didn't have enough time to give the receiver. The offensive line didn't give Brees enough time for that receiver to get open. So all I showed you in my video had the receiver would have turned around, completely turned around like this, and put his hands up. The ball would have been intercepted right then and there. Okay, the ball would have been intercepted. The Rams would have had possession. They would have easily won the game. Okay. They would have had another chance to actually score downfield. See, the NOS, just like y'all, just like you and your Saints fans are complaining about this, the Rams have equal opportunity to say that we didn't get fair calls either. Because if y'all look at that entire game, you look at the whole first half, there was a lot of calls against the Rams. There's a lot of things that the Saints were doing to the Rams that wasn't even fair at all. And to the dude that trying to say the reason why Brees didn't throw that pass accurate because it was roughing the passer. That wasn't a roughing the passer call at all during that no PI call. Okay, it's a roughing the passer after the ball was thrown and the lineman knocked him completely down. That wasn't roughing the passer. The lineman, put his hands in the arm as Drew Brees was throwing the ball. Because as I showed you in that video, Aaron Donald, Hatcher, and Nagamasu, they was in Drew Brees' face that game, that whole second half. Sean McVay adjusted to the offense what Sean Payton was doing. Okay? So you can't put that on that lineman. That was a bad throw. Just like in overtime, right? Drew Brees throws an interception. Okay? He blatantly throws a pick. There was no way that guy was going to catch the ball in overtime. He was well covered. The Rams covered Drew Brees well. Okay? So before I continue, I'm going to read an article. And this is on this is one of the LA Rams players coming out with a statement, right? And this is very interesting because I'm going to read this entire article. And I'm going to explain to y'all why this is a fair game. Because, again, y'all can come up on my wall as much as y'all want. Y'all can come on my video trying to say that, that would end the game. The Saints still would have to score regardless. Yeah, it would have been a pass interference, but it's not a guarantee if they would have even scored. Because the Rams, could have just as easily stopped them. Even if they try to kick a field goal. Field goals have been blocked. Field goals have been proven to be blocked, okay? And even then, if the Rams would have able to score that touchdown, had Jared Goff got that face mask, they would have went to the 1 yard line and scored because the Rams have been proven they're one of the best teams in goal line. Okay? So, NOS, you want to say that the Saints didn't get that call fair. They got robbed. The Rams had a chance to score on that last drive. That would have put them up 4 points. So, again, let me read this article real quick so then I can break down and tell you all the reasons why this game is fair. Okay? So, Rams Whitworth on no call versus Saints is an excuse, right? So he's saying it's an excuse. So let me read. As the rage throughout the Who Dat Nation continues following Sunday's no call pass interference on Rams corner nickel Roby Coleman, LA prepares for the Super Bowl. And let me say this before I continue. The Super Bowl is 2 weeks away. Okay? You got the Pro Bowl coming up this weekend. The Super Bowl's in 2 weeks. The NFL and Roger Goodell is not about to overturn that decision. Y'all, this was crazy. As you act like the NFL, like Roger Goodell is supposed to blatantly take away that NFC trophy from the Rams just because the Saints y'all feel that it wasn't fair. That call would have won y'all the game, right? They supposed to take that away when, like I said before, the Rams could have just as easily said that Goff wasn't treated fairly at his possession, okay? Y'all act like we supposed to get a rematch. How they going to rematch the game now and the Pro Bowl is scheduled? How they going to rematch? How we going to get a rematch when everybody's headed to Honolulu right now? They're headed to Hawaii for the Pro Bowl. Everybody that was selected for the Pro Bowl, that's including the Saints players, got to go play in the Pro Bowl. So how they going to just stop what they doing for y'all? Okay? Y'all making excuses. That's just ridiculous, bro. That's not real football at all. I told you, if y'all want a rematch, you'll have to wait until next year. I'm sorry, but that's the way life goes. But let me continue. The blatant non-call has led to a covalence of anger from New Orleans Saints players, fans, and many non-partisan spectators. In an odd twist, the perverse bitterness now seems poised to morph into a locker room rallying cry in Los Angeles. Respected veteran left tackle Andrew Whitworth joined the Rich Eisen show on Tuesday and noted the call wasn't the only one missed in the game, which it really wasn't. See, I know a lot of those who are hopping on my video right now going against me, go back and look at that entire game and see for yourself, man. Because the Rams had a chance to score that previous drive before that no call was done, all right? But let me continue. You see the arguments from some of the Saints players about the rule about the commissioner restarting the game over or from the point or whatever. Whitworth told Elson via the Turf Times, this is quote Whitworth. My argument to that would be Rich is then Jared Goff got a face mask on the second down of the possession before that was not called. That'll be first and goal at the 1 down 3 points. If you look at our odds from the 1 this season, that's 7 points. So that'd be down 4, and a field goal wouldn't matter. That would have had to score. They would have to score in that situation either way. So just because, like I said, the Rams would have scored a touchdown, they would have been 4 points. So the Saints couldn't settle for a field goal regardless. You can't just take a knee and settle for a field goal. You have to score and actually get a touchdown. And the way Breeze was playing, the way Breeze was throwing, the way the Rams was getting in his face, I don't see how that was going. That's not a guarantee they would even score a touchdown. So now we continue. So the rally is where is the foul that you want to argue? So he says, so the rally is where's the last foul that you want to argue? Whether it's blatant or not, it's not a matter. It's whether it's a foul. So it's just one of those things that's a slippery slope and it's an excuse, however you cut it. And the rally is they got the football after the snap. They played in overtime with the football. New England had the same situation and won the game. They didn't score, we did, right? I know a lot of y'all hate Tom Brady, okay? Y'all pissed off at Tom Brady. But the Chiefs-Patriots game went into overtime. And again, Patriots and Chiefs had calls that had penalties that were thrown on both teams that didn't even get called, right? But Tom Brady didn't make an excuse. Tom Brady didn't let the pressure get to him. He still scored downfield. And Drew Brees won that coin toss in overtime, okay? So, NOS, I want you to go in that game and go look at the overtime, right? Because, again, you want to blame this on the NFL. You want to blame it on the refs. Look at that overtime right now. Okay, your quarterback, Drew Brees, threw an interception in coverage, okay? Brady had the same opportunity, right? So Brees had the opportunity. If he was really this good, he would have found a way to score and send that game into overtime. And even then, why didn't he kick a field goal? Drew Brees wasn't even good enough to even get his team within field goal range to kick a field goal in overtime. Because if he would have kicked the field goal in overtime, the Saints did a good job stopping the Rams, okay, from scoring to get to the touchdown. But again, when the Rams kicked that 57-yard field goal, if the Saints had scored a field goal previously, the game would have continued, okay? So again, where is this rematch you're talking about? What they'll say, where is the you complaining, bro, is not valid. Okay? You say we could argue about it all day, but that had an opportunity. They had an opportunity to win in the game, and we won it. Heading to the first Super Bowl of his 13-year NFL career, Whitworth has had an experience with bitterness after playoff losses following referees' decisions. He's part of the Cincinnati Bengals team that fell to the Pittsburgh Steelers after former assistant coach Joey Porter coached a personal foul penalty. Now, in that game, the Bengals had an opportunity to actually beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. They actually had the Pittsburgh Steelers down in a playoff game for the first time in the history of their franchise. Okay? Before then, the Bengals had never faced the Steelers in no playoffs. Okay? Not like that. All right? So that's what he's talking about. He was on that Cincinnati Bengals team when A.J. McCarron, Alabama's A.J. McCarron was the backup quarterback for Andy Dalton. Okay? When A.J. McCarron had won like 7-something games that season. I think at least like 5-something games when Andy Dalton was injured and A.J. McCarron had up in that game. And the referees blew it because Joey Porter came out there like he wasn't supposed to, right? So that's happened before. This guy has actually suffered before, okay? But you don't see him making no excuses about that. He goes on to continue saying, I quote, I've played a ton of games. I've had a ton of calls that could have gone one way or the other, or should have, or whatever. that have claimed to have been missed, he said. But I lost a playoff game to a coach being on the field getting a personal foul drawn from our players. So I experienced it, man, and I know it's tough. But the reality is football was played after the snap. You know what? Whatever team tries to win the game from there and wins it, won the football game. So that's what. So basically, what you're trying to say is, man, there's no excuses to that, man. The Saints basically lost. And matter of fact, let's just talk about this now, right? Why was the Saints even allowing the Rams to even get that close in the football game? Period. See, you need to talk about that right now. You could talk about that penalty call you want to. You could put Stephen A. Smith up. That don't change the fact that the Saints, if they was really that good of a team, the Rams should have not gotten that close anyway. When Jared Goff was at goal line, the Saints should have been up a touchdown rate. They should have been up at least 14 points. The game they should have been up. They should have been up by 2 possessions. Okay, so let's just be honest, right? Why wasn't Sean Payton's running backs running the ball that well? I just showed you even in overtime, Mark Ingram had nowhere to go. The Rams covered them well. Okay, y'all can say what y'all want to say, but the Rams played fairly. Rams won the battle in the line. The defensive line overpowered the O-line. Let's just face it, man. The Saints' offensive line got their ass beat by Aaron Donald, Hatcher, Ndamukong Suh, okay? Let's just be honest. Robbie Coleman did his job as a corner. He had his side on lock, okay? Aqib Talib was the safety, had his side on lock, okay? Let's just be honest. Because despite that penalty, the game went into overtime. There was a lot of calls that was not called. And see, just like I said, y'all signed that petition. The Rams could have just easily signed another petition too. Because let's say if the Saints would have won the game, the Rams would have been signing a petition saying that the refs didn't call a fair game. So either way, we've been going through the same thing. Okay? That's like I say, man, that petition is stupid. Y'all not finna get y'all not finna get no rematch. That's not gonna happen, bro. So that's the best thing for you and the rest of these Saints fans to do. Y'all just better hope that next season comes around, y'all be able to have the same record again. And y'all be able to see the LA Rams in the playoffs either in the second round, the division round, or the NFC Championship again next year if y'all go. And that's if y'all make it. Because I'm going to be very honest right now. Drew Brees is looking like he's done. Father Time is knocking on the door. That man is 40 years old. I think this is the best he's going to get. Okay, because the fact that, I'm going to be honest, man, Brees was basically shut out. Let's just be honest, man. He wasn't playing that well at all. Okay? He wasn't throwing for no 40, 30-something yards like he normally do. No, this Ram defense came prepared. Like I told y'all in my last video, the Rams have not forgot that the Saints beat them the last time. Okay? Sean McVay has done his homework since then. Since the Saints defeated the Rams earlier in November, they lost to the Cowboys. And that was the start. Everybody knows this is the start of the Cowboys going on a win streak, taking the NFC East. But how the Cowboys was able to beat the Saints because the Cowboys' defensive line, they was able to get Van Der Esch, the linebackers and linemen was able to get in Drew Brees' face and win the battle of O-line, okay? The key to beating a Drew Brees and even a Tom Brady, you got to sack them. The Cowboys was able to sack Drew Brees at least 2 or 3 times in that football game. That's how the Cowboys were able to win. Plus, they ran the ball well. One thing the Rams do well is they run the ball. Now, Todd Gurley wasn't a factor at all. He didn't do much at all. But you had C.J. Anderson. And I'm going to add that C.J. Anderson, like Aqib Talib, are both teammates that were on that Denver Broncos team in Super Bowl 50. C.J. Anderson was the main reason why Peyton Manning was able to win that game because, I'll be honest, that was mostly a defensive game. C.J. Anderson basically controlled the whole game, running the ball well. The Panthers couldn't stop C.J. Anderson at all. Y'all need to go back and look at Super Bowl 50 and look at C.J. Anderson, who was a starting running back for the Denver Broncos. For, I believe, not John Fox. It was the ex-Houston Texans coach. Gary Kubiak. Okay? Look at the way Gary Kubiak was utilizing C.J. Anderson against the Panthers. Look at the way C.J. Anderson ran that ball. He ran that ball well. He pounded on Carolina and won. He's done the same thing for the Rams this season. One of the reasons why the Rams have been so successful because C.J. Anderson is a reliable backup. He's already been a starter in this league before. Okay? So again, why wasn't Saints able to stop C.J. Anderson? Matter of fact, why wasn't Saints able to stop Higbee, the tight end, from getting on them yards? In overtime, Jared Goff was getting 5-6 yards a pass. Okay, again, you saw the coverage. They played the wrong coverage. They should have played man on man. There was no reason why Higbee should have had open looks getting up the field like that. So for all y'all that's hopping on my last video, you need to go back and look at that game, man. Y'all need to put the blame on your team right now. Because you had the home field advantage at the end of the day. Rams didn't have the home field advantage. You did. This was in your house, okay? You're not supposed to let the away team come up in there and tie the game and put in overtime anyway. So let's talk about that then. Why did y'all allow Brandon Cooks to score them touchdowns, get his team within position? Why was y'all able to stop Jared Goff like Drew Brees got stopped by Aaron Donald? Why wasn't y'all, okay? Why wasn't Sean Payton mixing up? See, Sean Payton didn't play smart neither, man. He did not take advantage of that play clock. You're not supposed to give a team like Jared Goff, enough time to tie the game. That's where he messed up at, right? Again, like I said, he wasn't running the ball well at all. Alvin Kamara did not have a good game. Let's just be honest. Mark Ingram, and that's another thing, man. Mark Ingram should have been used more, okay? Mark Ingram did not have that many drives neither. Y'all used Mark Ingram way too late in the game. This is why they lost, okay? Let's be honest. When the second half started, y'all had a chance to go up 2-3 possessions, right? It was 14-7. In the second half, y'all had a chance to go up 21-7. The Rams should not have been able to score them touchdowns, make a run on the second half. And I told y'all, if you look at my Super Bowl prediction, I had the Saints going in there. I said it was going to be Drew Brees and Tom Brady. But the way the Saints played, the way Drew Brees played, showed me that Brees wasn't ready for no Tom Brady. Because let's say, yeah, you did get the pass interference call, yeah, and they did score that touchdown and won the game. You're not going to beat Tom Brady if your team can't drive downfield. You're not going to beat Tom Brady if Jason McCarthy and Devin McCarthy is guarding your arm and Patrick Chung is guarding your receivers like that. You're not going to beat Tom Brady if all your defense can't even stop Jared Goff. So y'all can say what y'all want to about me. Saints defense played horribly. Let's be honest, man. The Saints defense did not show up in the second half whatsoever. Okay? They allowed the Rams. They did not do a good job stopping the Rams because they could have easily stopped the Rams. You could have shut Jared Goff off, and they could have the Saints could have went up another field goal. They could have went up 6 or 7. They could have went up 6 points. Okay? Brees did not score that many points. He was limited. Okay? So y'all can say what y'all want to say, but the Rams didn't get called fairly limited, and you heard it. Well, you heard already. And y'all can look at that article. You could go on NFL.com and look at that article right now. Okay? You can see the whole article, man. Whitworth is white. That's an excuse. It really is. Rams won because Jared Goff made plays. Rams won because Sean McVay is really just that good of a coach. I would compare Sean McVay to Doug Peterson. Excuse me. Doug Peterson, that last year was Doug Peterson's second year as a head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles, yet he was able to win them a Super Bowl. Okay? Look at what the Eagles did last year. They was not making an excuse at all. They won those games fairly. And for those that want to blame this on Vegas, Eagles didn't cover not a single spread at all. They overkilled every last one of their opponents. Why? Because Nick Foles is that focused, right? Y'all can say it's Vegas, but again, man, Vegas don't got nothing to do with this all. Gambling, the casinos don't got nothing to do with that game, how poorly Drew Brees played. That no PI, that pass interference call, the ref didn't call, that guy was covered. There's no doubt about it. Brees threw right in coverage. How was that receiver, how was number 11 going to catch the ball with a DB right in front of him? The DB was closer to the ball than he was. And let's say that even if the guy didn't touch him out, if he didn't hit him, if he didn't headshot him, helmet to helmet or whatever, he still wouldn't have caught that ball. Okay? He would have at least tried to, he would have knocked the ball right out of his hands. Let's just be honest right now, man. Y'all don't know football. Y'all get you trying to say I sound retarded, but that was in coverage. Drew Brees might as well took that sack, matter of fact. You should just took the sack, or he might as well should just scramble. But see, that's the other problem too. Drew Brees don't have no mobility, so he can't scramble at all. Okay? That's the difference between him and Mahomes. Mahomes can actually scramble out the pocket. Brees is a sitting duck in the freaking pocket. That's the issue there. You see, Jared Goff could actually scramble. Brees couldn't. Maybe that's another thing too, man. That's another factor. Brees can't get out of that pocket at all, right? None. This is like I say, man. The Saints gonna have to find him another quarterback. I'm sorry, Drew Brees this is it for him. Next year is his final season, and I doubt he's not going to get another opportunity like this again. This is it for him. Y'all need a quarterback like Teddy Bridgewater, who is y'all backup. Matter of fact, y'all need somebody like him that can actually move out the pocket. This is the problem. Brees can't maneuver. So this is another reason why y'all lost, because Brees was stuck. He had nowhere to go. He can't escape these linemen. If you had a Patrick Mahomes or even a Sam Darnold or a Josh Rosen, those guys would have just been staying in the pocket like Brees was. They would have been getting out of there. They would have been scrambling. They would have at least been trying to move in and out and swerve their way out of traffic. Breeze was in that pocket getting stuck. He had nowhere to freaking go. Why? Because the Rams defense did a good job. They were coming after him. Okay? So you can say everything you want to say. Bro, that, you know, as your video is just you complaining. You being salty. You basically whining. Okay? Stop whining. All y'all, stop crying. You need to be ashamed of yourselves. Okay? Because y'all talking about Tom Brady, but you had a chance of overtime to win that game. So if that's the case, the Rams should sign a petition right now saying that the game, challenging that petition saying that the game was fair game. That's what the Rams should do if that's the case. But y'all, and that's another thing, man. Roger Goodell is not going to take away that NFC championship from the LA Rams. For Goodell to take away that NFC championship from the LA Rams, it's going to be a freaking riot. It's going to be very, very bad. The Saints wouldn't be allowed to even come to LA no more if that was to happen, man. Y'all, Roger Goodell does not need that type of drama right now. He doesn't. Okay? So just face the facts. Y'all lost. Okay? The Rams lost. They shouldn't have lost like in the first game. Y'all lost to the Buccaneers. Why? Y'all lost to the Buccaneers. Y'all lost to the Cowboys. My Dallas Cowboys. Why did y'all lose to the Cowboys? Because Cowboys came prepared. Drew Brees is not a mobile quarterback. He does not have no agility no more. He doesn't have speed. He's 40-something years old. He cannot escape out the pocket, not like Jared Goff can. That's been another factor. Jared Goff was able to do things Drew Brees cannot do. And again, all my videos shows you that Drew Brees, you know what I'm saying, Drew Brees was just covered. Either way, that ball was not catchable. That's why the ref didn't throw the flag. The ref didn't throw the flag, and the officials didn't even review it. Because they figured the ball wasn't, because you gotta understand that, man. They looking at this too. Dude, there's cameras, there's at least about over 500 cameras in the entire stadium. And from my video, from my showed you, the ball was not catchable. Because, like I said, all that receiver, all that corner, Robbie Goldman had to do was put his hands up like this, and the ball would have been picked off. So then, would you complain? Would you make a video if the ball would have got picked off? Then that needs to be the question right now. How many of y'all would have complained if Robbie Goldman would have made a play and intercepted that receiver, and he had an open field because Akeem Talib was right there for the block, right? Let's say Robbie Goldman picked that guy off, picked Breeze off, and he takes to the field and starts running, right? And then he gets an open lane and scores for a touchdown. Then what y'all gonna say again? Then what you gonna be y'all excuse? Y'all gonna say the refs cheated then? Because it wasn't a roughing the passer neither. You can't review that. That was not a roughing the passer at all. So don't say that. Okay? I played football. I've been a DB before. I know these things. As a DB, I got my interceptions, you know what I'm saying, being in my spot. The receiver coming into my coverage. They was playing cover 3. Okay? They was either playing cover 3 or tapper 2. They was in that zone. Breeze threw to the area. Breeze didn't give the receiver enough time because you got to give receivers like that separation. You can't just be throwing the ball like that and expect them to catch the ball. No. The cornerback was right in his area. The receiver came to his coverage, came to his zone. So the corner was supposed to react anyway. That's just natural, okay? Now, I'm on record in my video saying that play should have been reviewed. I did say that, okay? So don't try to put this on me trying to say I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm on record in that video telling you that I agree that the play should have been reviewed, but still, it don't change the fact that the ball was not catchable, okay? It's pass interference when the receiver has the guy beat deep already in front of him, and the ball is actually catchable, but the guy makes contact with him before then. Excuse me. Before that play happened, the DB wasn't even holding him on. He didn't make no contact before that ball. That was right when the ball was in the area and it knocked heads. And like I explained before, in the early days, in the early 2000s, when Brady and Breeze first came into the league, okay, when you had the Terrell Owens, the Tim Browns, the Randy Mosses, the Chris Carrs, the Shannon Sharps, receivers were getting their head knocked all the time, okay? Now, there was somebody in NOS's video saying this is the ghost of the Bounty Gate, which it clearly was, because the Saints went to a Super Bowl doing the same thing Robbie Goldman was doing, right? And I explained that before, man. Go look at Bounty Gate. Y'all got to taste your own medicine, and it hurts y'all. Now, for all y'all that's complaining about me, now you see how these receivers felt when the Saints won their first Super Bowl, right? In 2009, 2010. You know what? Now you see how those receivers felt when those teams, whether it be Arizona, whether it been San Francisco, whoever they were playing, whoever they were playing, right? Whether it been the Patriots, anybody that was playing, right? The Saints players, Sean Payton was paying players money to purposely do helmet-to-helmet hits on a receiver and a running back and take him out the game. Players suffered concussions, suffered injuries because what the Saints were doing. So you want to complain? Think about those teams back then. Y'all need to go back and go watch Bounty Gate and go watch that entire 2009-2010 highlights. And look how many headshots those DBs were doing. With Darren Sharper and Will Smith and all those guys were doing. Go back and look at that. Okay? It wasn't fair to those teams to the opponents that was playing them. Alright? So you want to say that? They got a taste of their own medicine. Now you see how it feels with Bounty Gate. Why Roger Goodell had to do what he do and cause investigation. Because that was wrong. Right? But fair is fair. Y'all didn't get that. Nope. Y'all didn't get that interference call. Jared Goff didn't get the face mask call that would have put him at the 1 and scored. It went up 4 points. Okay? Because if the Rams would have been up 4 points, you would have had to score a touchdown, regardless. So it wouldn't matter if you would have got the pass interference call. You would have been going out, but you still had to find a way to score in that end zone. And I don't know if the Rams would have let y'all. Most likely, the Saints. That's not a guarantee the Saints would even got that. Got in and scored. Drew Brees would have easily been picked off, or he would have got sacked. Okay. So either way, man, it's over. Okay. Let it go. It's over. They're not gonna get no rematch. I'm sorry, NOS. I'm sorry, man. You saying the rematch that's not football law. I'm sorry, bro. Okay. You gotta wait until next year. All right. And me being a Cowboy fan, hopefully my Cowboys, they'll start Earl Thomas. They'll make some off-season decisions. And we can get there. But anyways, man, that's the video, folks. Me being a Cowboy fan, I'm not even making excuses. I'm really not. Because I know my team. I even said that my team wasn't going to beat the Rams anyway. We wasn't. Not how poorly we played. Now you begin to see how good the Rams is, right? Drew Brees didn't play that good at all. Alvin Kamara didn't play that well, all right? That team didn't play good at all, man. The defense gave up too much yards. Because, again, even though you didn't get the pass interference call, you still had a chance of overtime, which you didn't do, all right? But anyways, folks, that's the video, man. Like, subscribe, comment, man. I thank you for listening and watching. Stay blessed, stay tuned. I'll see you soon.